Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Titan del 86. Here you will find everything from your favorite characters, from anime, series, or movies, such as figures, statues, trading cards, and other limited special edition items. I will show you everything that is included. For example, we will discuss the design of the box, how it's packaged, the design of the figure, the articulation points, the accessories that are included, and we will see our favorite characters in special scenes. And you never know, you might see other characters make special guest appearances, so you can decide whether it's worth getting or not. Subscribe and join me on new weekly adventures. Now let's start the show. Let's go. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Titan del 86 and today from Demon Slayer and BUZZmod I present to you Mitsuri Kanroji. She is the Love Hashira. Mitsuri made her strong appearance in the Swordsmith Village arc. And once again, BUZZmod doesn't really decorate the boxes, but it does have a pink and lime green tone, which are Mitsuri's colors. Looking at the back of the box, you see Mitsuri doing different poses. Then you can see her holding her special Nichiren sword. And this one's been a long awaited figure as well, so I'm glad that it finally came through. So this is Mitsuri Kanroji, the Love Hashira. Upon opening the box, there is a strong chemical smell, especially from the Nichiren sword. Mitsuri comes in two blister packs. The first one has basically almost everything, the figure, the expressions, the different hand gestures. Then the second one's got the big Nichiren sword, and it also has the mat that comes with every other Demon Slayer figure that we've seen on this channel so far that has been produced by BUZZmod. The only characters that didn't have the mat were basically the demon ones. Here's a quick view at the instructions that come with this figure. So the first one is basically telling you that the sword is flexible, then it gives you like a mini tip on how to get it to curl up. Then it shows you how to store the Nichiren sword in a sheath. Then it shows you how to install the Haori, how to remove the legs, then it has something about the ankle, so I guess we'll figure that out. And then how to swap out the faceplates. It would be nice if some of these would come in color. This is the 360 of Mitsuri straight out of the box. For first impressions, she is very good. She is kind of thick though. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Right off the bat, I could tell that her hair has many articulation points, so that is really good. It should not be an issue when we try to do those dynamic poses that involves the head movement. At first, I thought that Haori was only going to be made out of cloth, but it appears that the skirt is also made out of cloth. Feeling the skirt, it feels like it's the same fabric style that was used in Tokito, if you recall that video from a few weeks ago. But feeling the fabric itself from Mitsuri, it feels a little bit better than the one that came with Tokito. So I think this one has a little bit, just a slight better quality than the one that Tokito had. Follow me on IG at Titan del 86. The other thing, Mitsuri's outfit is not the typical brown. If you look at it, it's got like a very, very dark plum purple color. So it's not a pure brown, even though from a distance it might look like it, and I'm not sure the camera is going to capture that for you, but don't be fooled by it. It's not brown at all. It's a very dark plum color.
No way! You'd really kill such an adorable child as him? Such a thought fills my heart with sorrow.
Now let's check out the articulation points that come with Kanroji. So we do get a good head movement. Now for the pigtails. This is as high as it goes. This is as low. And you get 360 out of it. So this doesn't move. It's all fixed until you get to this point. Then the tail portion of it is also articulated. So you could do 360. But not a whole lot of up and down or in the typical directions that you will see. And you can turn it on its sides, and right there you can kind of see how the pinion is attached to it. So no side to side movement, only straight up and down. Now for the other pigtails, you get a good 360 out of it. So this is as high as it goes. And obviously it could probably go lower, but the arm's in the way. This is as far back, and this is as far forward as you can get it. It's got a mini joint here from where it transitions from the pink to the green. Little bit of rotation, not a whole lot though. And that is it for that. Same thing on that side. This is as low as you can see, and that's as far up as you can see. So overall she's got good articulation points so far. This is as far as the arms go. Good 360. And again, there's the BUZZmod double jointed feature. There's your cross arms. 360 off the arm. There's as far as the elbow goes. 360 off the hand. Up and down. A little bit off the chest movement, not a whole lot. You can see the torsional rotation there. It's somewhat limited. That's as far as the leg goes. This is as far back as the leg goes. So as you can see, it's very limited there. There's your thigh rotation there for the leg. There's your torsional rotation. Your split. There's the knee. The ankles. This is as far back, as far forward. Side movement. Inboard, outboard. Then there your toes. So overall she's got the typical articulation points that we've seen from these BUZZmod figures. She is limited only in the chest area, but and a little bit on the legs, but we will see how that ends up in the long run. Here's a close-up of all the different expressions that come with Mitsuri. The first one is the happy expression where she's got her eyes closed. Second one is kind of like the sad worry expression. The next one is kind of like a tension expression. You can see her grinding her teeth and she looks really mad, or she's like in the zone. Next one is like this one's hard to describe because in this one you can see her teeth. It's like an action expression, but you can see that it's really intense just based by the eyebrows, like she's into it, accepting the challenge. Then the next one is her neutral expression where she looks happy and peachy. I also gave you a close-up of the whip-like Nichiren sword, and there hopefully you can see the little letters that are in there. The Nichiren sword is basically made out of cloth. This is the scene where Tanjiro asked Mitsuri why did she become a Hashira, and she basically replied because she wanted to have a boyfriend. So in this one I gave her the happy expression where she's laughing with the eyes closed. Here the arms are kind of showing that she's a little bit embarrassed by it, but that's really why she wanted to become a Hashira, because she really wanted a strong guy, and also because she was strong as well. For this one I added the Haori. What I tried to do this time different was to dislocate the arms and fish them through the sleeves, just because there's barely any room inside of it, but even that was a struggle. Whether it's having the arms angled at a particular angle and just kind of swing it around, kind of like a jacket, or taking the arms off and swinging them in from the backside. It's still prone to getting stuck on the hems, which made it even more frustrating and difficult. It would help if they would at least give you a little bit more room within the fabric to at least get the arms through there, just to not have them super tight. And believe it or not, the fabric is not much better than what is used in the skirt. I am a bit disappointed by it. It is very stiff, similar stiffness that we saw on the Togito figure. For some reason I don't understand why they're using these really stiff fabrics. If the specialty of BUZZmod on these figures is that they have real fabric, at least use some softer material fabric. I believe the one that Shinobu had, that one was really nice. I actually found myself just trying to do this simple easy pose, which it became frustrating because I ended up dislocating most of her joints just trying to get the simple angles of the arms.
I joined hoping to find a man, one I could spend forever with.
For this scene, I have Mitsuri with her whip-like Nichiren sword. Here I gave her the normal expression that shows a smile. This is one of her fighting stance here. What I did is I basically have the whip sword kind of wrapped around her body, just to show you how flexible the sword really is. One thing to note, the sword is made out of fabric, the entire length of it, and it probably just has one wire going through it, which is how it becomes quote unquote flexible. This is the same technique that they used for Daki, if you recall that video, where the belt was very flexible and to allow different types of poses and all that. So they did the same strategy here. The only difference is that the fabric on the sword is more rougher than what they use for Daki's belts. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. I still have her with the Haori, but honestly it's just getting really frustrated. It's so stiff that when you try to get certain angles, it ends up pulling the joints out from the elbows or the shoulders. Just try to get the articulation points out of it, but the fabric's so stiff that it just pushes the joints out. So you basically end up manipulating the joints back in there within the fabric, which just becomes quite a chore within itself. One thing I would advise is you don't want to do too many poses or have too much movement on the Nichiren sword because of that wire. So if you do constant flexing on it, eventually you're going to snap it off. So just be mindful of that. So far the figure does look fantastic, so in the next scenes we'll take the Haori off to see what we can really get out of this figure as far as different poses.
Please try your best not to move. You likely have internal injuries without knowing it.
For this scene, I have Mitsuri flying through the air. This was when she was fighting Zohakuten. Here I gave her the expression that shows the teeth grunting. This is because she's really mad and she's trying to protect Tanjiro and the team. For this one, the main braided hair down the back, I twisted it just so you can see the motion there. One thing I would have loved to have seen it is to have like a 360 rotational point. Kind of like what we see with the Dragon Ball s.h.figuarts on the Frieza figures, where on their tails and specifically you're able to do 360 out of it, where here you're only limited to a rotation and an up and down. But it doesn't really fully take away from the figure. You're still able to get some really good poses out of it. And this one, yes, I got rid of the Haori just to get more dynamic motion out of the arms, which is what you're seeing here. Without the Haori, now I can really bring the figure's articulation points on the arms to their full potential. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Overall, she does look fantastic. I really like the details that she has. You could also see the details that they incorporated in the hair. It's really good. I do like the expressions that came with her. I think they complement the figure. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on this figure. Follow me on IG at Titandel86. This is the second video in the Halloween edition, and Demon Slayer obviously fits the theme because they're out there fighting demons. So this is another perfect one that lands right in the theme that we're going for this month of October, celebrating Halloween. Once I took out the Haori out of the equation, the figure does a lot better. You're able to do more dynamic poses, even though on the legs she's still somewhat limited, but that's okay.
Love breathing. Second thought. Love bangs.
For this scene, I have Mitsuri again in the air. This time I gave her the expression that shows that she's up to the challenge. She's got a big grand smile and she looks really intense there. The other thing I did is I pulled her hair back just so you can see all the range of motions that the figure has to offer. The other thing is I swapped out the left leg with the one that comes for the kneeling pad, just so you can see that nice contour there that you're not able to get with the regular leg. The other thing to note is by the ankles you can basically pull the feet and swap them out. The one that comes with the kneeling mat, for that one doesn't have the sandals attached to it. So what I did is I swapped it out with the leg so you can have the full scene. So that is one good thing, is that you're able to swap them out so you can even give her more dynamic poses by using the fixed legs, which I think those come in more handy, especially if you look at all her fighting scenes in the episodes. So I think those are better fitted than the regular articulating legs. The other thing to note is with this particular one, once you swap out the footing, you're not able to get the straight edge angle, so you're forced to have the right angle, and that is because the sandal features interfere with the back of her thigh. Follow me on IG at Titandel86. It appears that Mitsuri's fighting style was basically mostly rhythmic gymnastics. This is basically a sport in which individuals use that ribbon and they do kind of like dancing that showed basically how flexible and agile they are, and you can tell by her Mitsuri's fighting styles that she reflects this particular technique. Even the sword that is whip-like resembles one of the tools that they use in that type of sport. For this scene, I have Mitsuri having dinner with Tomioka. She did express interest in him at some point, so this is them going out on a date. And Tomioka's got the really confused, engaged expression because apparently Mitsuri has a huge appetite, and just like Goku, she is really quick at eating food. So he's very shocked that she basically had a bunch of plates already and he still has not started on his first one. I give Mitsuri the embarrassed expression. She doesn't know she's going to be able to go out on a second date with Tomioka. That is one thing on Mitsuri, is that she likes to eat a lot and she is always hungry. She might as well just been a Saiyan, especially since she was really strong as a kid. In case you're wondering, this is the s.h.figuarts version of Tomioka that came out recently. Keep your eyes on the channel. Eventually I'm going to do the unboxing review of them so you can actually see the full figure to its full potential, and we'll probably do a comparison with its BUZZmod version. But this is Mitsuri's special unboxing, so let's get back to it. Overall, the figure is really good, especially if you don't take into account the Haori. And again, like I said, the Haori, once you put it on Mitsuri, it basically limits all the arm range motions. And it's even worse because if you try to do any other motions while the arms are still inside the sleeves, you're just going to end up popping the sockets out of it to the point of somewhat frustration. And I get it, they want to be a little bit rugged with it, so it doesn't tear up on the first try. So I get that part, but you can still get strong materials and also have them soft at the same time. I do like the articulations that they gave there on the hair. The other thing is they gave to some really good range of expressions. They were all really good. The other thing that makes this figure special is the whip-like nurturing sword that Mitsuri has. And just as a reminder, this is our second video in the special Halloween mini-series, and Mitsuri is out here fighting demons, so it goes with the theme. This is all I have for you today. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. And I'll see you next week with a brand new video. Thank you and bye.
Tomioka's